Hello everybody and welcome back. Lars here, and today we're going to do something just a little bit differently. I'm going to show you a compilation video of all the footage today, but not all the footage, not a 2-hour long thing. It's going to be focused on bad leads, those hard counters, and how to turn it around and turn that, what would essentially be a loss, into a victory. And I'm going to show you what I do depending on the Pokemon and how I go about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. But please, if you get a chance, make sure to like and subscribe. I am so close to 1,000 people, and it would mean the world to me. So thank you again. And now let's go ahead and let's check it out. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and let's get this thing started. So we see a Swampert, and immediately, what are we going to do? We're going to switch to Medicham, and now they're going to go ahead, they're bringing in Sableye. Two ways they can play it. First way, the inexperienced way, which is to throw a return that doesn't afford them any extra energy. What they're going to do, and what most people that have been playing with Sableye will do, is to double charge foul play so that when Bastiodon comes back in, they can throw 2 foul plays. Just a little FYI, little quick tip. So if you do see them throw return, thank your lucky stars, because Bastiodon can come in and really farm a good chunk of energy. So now let's go ahead, let's get back to it. So throw this power-up punch, and then as soon as we throw the power-up punch, we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw a Psychic when it becomes available. There's the first one. They are going to throw 1 foul play here. Here it comes. Go ahead and let it do its thing. And there it is. There's that foul play. Throw a Psychic. Here comes the Psychic. And there it is. And now they're just going to kill us. And they have 2 foul plays pretty much ready to go. So we're just going to farm it down with their fast. Don't worry about using those shields. We're going to need the shields for later. Go ahead and definitely save those shields. Here comes the second foul play for Bastiodon, 3rd overall. There it is. Now, really important, we have to throw this Stone Edge absolutely against Swampert. As soon as we throw the Stone Edge, go ahead, get Victory Bell out and let Victory Bell do its Victory Bell thing. There it is. Look at that. It takes out a huge chunk of damage, and here comes Skarmory as predicted. This is a very common team. So, regardless, throw this Leaf Tornado and hope that it breaks their attack. It has to break its attack, which it does. So, say goodbye to our friend Victory Bell. It has done a great, magnificent job. Bastiodon is coming back in. Go ahead and never, ever shield this. They're going to throw a couple Brave Birds here to get our HP low, but we say, we're not going to fall for it. Save those shields. We need to save those shields. Otherwise, that Swampert is going to make real quick work out of us. Second Brave Bird. And once you're finished just whacking the crap out of that thing, go ahead and do the same thing to Swampert. Use your fast move. They're going to throw a charge move there. They kind of flinch, which is great news for us. It seals the deal for us, gets us that victory instead of a tie. There it is, and we win. On to the next one. Now, this is going to show you how to deal with Froslass. And there are 2 ways that Froslass will happen. First way is they don't shield the Psychic. If they don't shield it, just keep punching it to death. Use both your shields. If they do shield the Psychic, then play it a little bit more conservatively. Get Bastiodon in there and have Bastiodon farm it down. Do as little energy as you can to that Froslass with your Medicham if they do shield, because you want Bastiodon to come in and really farm it down. In this scenario, they don't shield, so guess what that means? It means we're going to punch this Ghost, and we're going to kill it a second time, and here it goes. So, here comes this Psychic to Froslass, and they don't shield, like I said. There it is, and now we're just going to kill it with our fast move. We're going to punch it to death. They're going to have 2 Shadow Balls ready to go, but guess what? We are going to save all that charged energy, and when Shadow Swampert comes back out, guess who's getting a bait? You guessed it. Here comes the second Shadow Ball. There it is. And now it's time to throw this bait, throw this power-up punch. Here it is. And they do fall for it, which, can't blame them for that. And then it's game over. We won. All right, let's go ahead and let's check out some Medicham action. So with Medicham, as always, most of the time Medicham has a flyer in the back, but not always. So go ahead. As soon as we see Medicham, we're switching to Victory Bell. Then, of course, they're going to switch to whatever Pokemon they want to use. They're either A, going to throw an Ice Punch here, or B, they're going to switch outright. It's up to that opponent, but usually they do throw this Ice Punch. So this is more of the traditional method. So here comes a Toxapex, which is relatively rare. I haven't really seen one too often lately. They do pop up from time to time. But yeah, we do get the attack break, which is great news for us. And here comes a Brine. There it is. Few more fast move boops off before we go ahead and bring in Bastiodon. Really important. We need to farm this thing down. Don't worry about the Brine. Even if it doesn't have its attack broken, it doesn't do that much damage. But with its attack broken, it does even less. Negligible. So take this as an opportunity to charge up that energy and get it ready for Medicham. But Medicham comes back out. There's another Brine. Totally cool. And now Toxapex is done for. So they're going to set on it for just a second. They're bringing back in Medicham, and we're throwing this Flamethrower. Here it is. They do shield this one, bring in a Medicham of our own, and it becomes 1 shield versus 0. We're going to go ahead and let this one hit us. It is a Psychic. Charge it up, and then we're going to go ahead. They bring in a Lantern. Totally fine. They catch us on that one, so we're going to charge it on back up. And then go ahead, use the shield because we're going to need to, obviously, save our Medicham here. So throw another Psychic, just like this. There it is. Now that Lantern is down, and what we need to do here is to make sure to do as much damage as possible to that Medicham. Most Medicham will have Ice Punch and Psychic. Very few have Power Up Punch, and even fewer have anything but that. So go ahead, use this Flamethrower here, and then it's over. Alright, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like when their Noctowl doesn't shield, how do you go about that. So we had a bad lead, immediately switched to Victory Belt, they switched to Noctowl. You want to throw it right as soon as they're almost about to kill you. As soon as you see their health bar turn yellow, go ahead, throw that Sludge Bomb, and say goodbye to Noctowl. But we still have a little bit of an uphill battle because it becomes our Medicham versus their Medicham. So numerous things could go wrong, but as soon as we see that, we're looking good. The reason why, never ever ever bring in Medicham against it, because with Ferrothorn, you don't want to save. The only thing that can beat that Medicham is our Medicham. So use this Flamethrower, try to bait some shields out, or get some shields going. So that way, just like this, they are down more and more shields because they don't think we have a Medicham, right? So go ahead and make them waste those shields. Super important. There's a Power Whip. Bastiodon is tanky. It can take a lot of damage. Ferrothorn isn't super common, but this could be anything, not just Ferrothorn, but, it could be whatever. So we go ahead, we use a Flamethrower, they catch us, which is totally fine. Go ahead and, just absolutely just start throwing those Psychics. They throw an Ice Punch trying to get this shield. Don't even worry about it. Never shield that first one. Go ahead and throw this Psychic. They do shield. Charge it on back up. They're going to throw one more, and don't even worry about this one. If it is Psychic, which it is, it's not going to kill us. And then, of course, throw this Psychic. Totally good. At this point, I could bring back in Bastiodon once Medicham dies, and use both my shields there to get a Flamethrower off. But, you know what? Just wanted to kill it with my fast. So, here comes in the Power Up Punch. At this point, it's pretty much over. And that's the... So right off the bat, they had a Chesnaught, but we quick switched straight to Victory Belt. They quick switched to Bastiodon. What we're going to do here is we're going to use our Leaf Tornado, and this Leaf Tornado is going to cut Bastiodon's attack, which is great news, because as soon as it does, we're just going to get Bastiodon kind of low, let them use this Flamethrower here, no big deal. And there it is. Now, we're going to bring in Bastiodon, and this is the slow forever part. Their attack is broken, so what we're going to just do is we're going to farm it down like crazy. That means do not use a charged move, because they can bring in, of course, Chesnaught, but look at how much damage it does, almost negligible. So in the end, we'll get pretty low, but we'll have a full tank of gas, so to speak, and Chesnaught can't really do anything about it. they'll have to use either 2 shields or take a huge amount of damage. Just keep farming away. You don't want to use that charge move because then they will bring in Chesnaught, sacrifice one of their shields, and then you're kind of in trouble. So yeah, just keep on farming it down. They'll get one more off here. There it is. There's that. And then go ahead and kill this Bastiodon. So here comes Chesnaught. Go ahead, it's time to use both of our flamethrowers. There's number 1. They do shield it. And the second one they actually don't shield, which is great news for us. There's number 2. And now it's time to bring in old Medicham. And Medicham just going to keep punching away. Don't even worry about this Frenzy Plant. Don't worry about it. There it is. They quick switch immediately, of course, to Froslass. Go ahead and bait them. Use that bait. There it is. They're going to shield, which is great news for us. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to shield this one. Use one of our 2 shields. Cash it on in. Shield that Avalanche, and then throw this Psychic. It's going to almost kill it. It's going to be really close. There we go. One last boop. Chesnaught's coming on in. Go ahead and throw this Power-Up Punch. And there it is. That's that. And that's it. Thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your day. Alright, let's go ahead and let's jump into the very last one. So at the start we had Medicham, quick switch to Victory Bell, and here comes Registeel. Now with Registeel, this actually isn't too bad of a matchup. A lot of people will put this in against Victory Bell, but in all honesty, it's actually good for us, and here's why. If we can get the attack break, that's great. If not, no problem. They have nothing that we're weak to. So go ahead, just keep plugging away. Use that Leaf Tornado when you can. Obviously, don't use Poison, but Leaf Tornado will have a chance of weakening their attack. Shield this Focus Blast. Go ahead, throw one last Leaf Tornado. Had it weakened their attack, it would have been great because then we would have been able to beat them. They realize that. They don't waste a shield on it. Medicham's back in. We're throwing in a Medicham of our own. So here's great training for whenever you're facing their Medicham and you're in a shield deficit. Here's what you do. First one, they're going to throw a Psychic. Right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to charge this up. We're just going to throw a Power-Up Punch. Their HP is low enough to where they would be concerned with a Psychic. There it is. Had Victory Bell not come in, I would suggest not throwing Psychic, or not trying to bait him, because most people will not shield that first one. There's that. We get him again. Don't shield here. They always try to bait when you're near death. Power-Up Punch. Would have been an Ice Punch, you know. So wouldn't have killed us. Go ahead, shield this one. Here it is. Here's that Psychic. And now we're going to go ahead. We're going to throw a Psychic of our own. They catch it. They quick switch to Noctowl, but their days are numbered, right? Just bring in Bastiodon and farm that sucker down. They realize their mistake. It's over. We win.